Welcome to Rudy's Marine Corps, the hardest server on Space Station 14. Seriously, if you're new to Space Station, like you haven't played a bit of security, you're not familiar with, combat or anything, maybe just watch this video to see what it's like, because Rudy's Marine Corps is complicated, difficult, and punishing. Imagine if every round was nukies, and you're not far off. But what it has in problems, it makes up for in pure chaos. In this video, I'm just gonna show you a full shift. This is not a fork or spork, because for fork or spork, I like to, have some goddamn idea of what the hell I'm doing. And, yeah, let's just see what happens. Shall we? Every shift of RMC starts the same. The Marines start out on their, giant ship, and the Xenos start out planetside. Preparing for war, both teams are. My job is Delta's combat medic. My job is to keep everyone alive and fighting. And after, seriously, like 20 minutes of setup, we land planetside. As I take my orders and get ready to start healing people and making sure nobody dies to the damn Xenos, I should probably explain what the hell is going on. This tactical map is of the entire map. Those two, the landing zones that you see there, those are where we are. Currently, our mission is, well, every mission. We have to kill every single xenomorph that exists on this colony. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of heavy-powered weapons. We got airships, we got fucking AC-130 Gatling guns, mortars, and our own personal guns. Personally, I'm running the battle rifle because it allows me to not friendly fire teammates, which, trust me, friendly fire is a massive problem. I also have a radio backpack for comms going out. Our first mission is to push to the east and set up a front line. Bravo is on forward operating base duty, essentially a place to fall back to, and maybe for medics to set up, and for supplies to get cached, all that good stuff. And I have no goddamn clue what Charlie's doing. We're with Alpha, and we're gonna see some good old-fashioned shred-em-up combat. Xenomorph's job is to push us off the planet, then to board the shuttle and force us off of our own ship. Essentially, every round is a gigantic war. Get used to it, and get used to dying a lot. Because I'm new, and I know just enough to not die immediately. Many people are new and do not know enough to not die immediately. Anyways, after successfully starting up our front line, so we don't all get dragged off, I asked the question, where the hell's our squad leader? And walk south to see, I wonder what happened to our squad leader. Holy shit. I try and fight my hardest to, stop him, and do you see it out there? Dirk Chairman Carter? He's trying to fight our way back out of here because the Xenomorphs don't want to just kill us. They want to take us alive so that we can become hosts for their larvae. And after downing this, guy here, they accidentally kill him, which is good for us because they don't kidnap him, so I'm able to drag him back and get to the process of reviving him. Pretty simple armor removal and defibrillation brings them back to life. Heroically, I'm so good at my job. And after a quick dosage of the miracle cure-all that fucking eggheads at Chem and Medical hooked up, this guy is back to being healthy real quickly. You might be wondering what happened to our field team leader and the squad leader. That was the last time I ever see them. They got taken because they weren't behind the Cades. You gotta be behind the damn Cades, or you're just gonna die. Now, I still have a little bit of hopium that maybe there's someone dead I could go save, and then I see that happen. Yeah, I don't want that to be me, so fuck that. I'm going back to safety. Fuck dealing with any of that shit. And I inform our smart gunner operator that our fucking squad leader just died. Also, one of our fire team leaders, who are basically squad leader, but also got taken, as well as the guy with the wrench that you just saw, our comm tech, who's in charge of building all this crap. So with my last hopes and copes and seeths and malls, try and call up my squad leader on the radio backpack, hoping and praying that somehow he crawled somewhere else and maybe didn't die, but the line goes cold, he doesn't pick up. The squad leader is completely and utterly dead, along with the fire team leader. Luckily, though, our other combat medic made it out, so I'm not alone in healing. Good news! We still have one fire team leader, so we at least have some horrific, if severely damaged, level of communication and leadership. And I try and call the CIC, which is basically Central Command, I guess. The captain, the commander, all that, and inform them of our squad leader's departure. But in typical command fashion, they bitch about intel for the entire fucking combat session, and then don't pick up their fucking phone. Yeah. It's a classic. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, alright, I gotta stand guard. As one of the Xenos starts biting at a wall. That is fucking baked. Do not fall for that. That Xeno holds no chance of going through a wall, and if you walk out into those caves, you're gonna die. Yeah, you wanna know why that guy, like, went in and vanished fucking immediately? That's why. Because he fucking took the bait, hook, line, and goddamn sinker. Oh, war as hell. Anyway, those are lurkers. The Xenomorphs have, obviously, like, a bunch of different Xenomorph classes. Some are tanky, like the Defenders and the Crushers. Some are speedy, like the Roonies and those guys, the Lurkers, who can also turn invisible. Some have projectiles, like the very problematic Boiler, which unleashes a gas of hell upon us. And some are parasites, which help create more. There's also Hive Lords and drones, which create more buildings and spread the weeds that you keep seeing. The weeds allow the Xenos to heal and slow our movement, and all of them are led by a queen, who is incredibly tanky and is basically immune to anything besides explosives and armor-piercing shells. Can reproduce more Xenos, pretty much whatever, and can spit globs and unleash a shriek that stuns all Marines near them. The queen is incredibly dangerous. Lucky for us, though, the queen isn't around, as we get hit by a giant glob of fucking acid. Ow. Lucky for me, as a combat medic, I possess the ability and power to heal people, as that Crusher fucking hones this other combat medic directly to a wall. Holy shit. Yeah. If you're starting to see it, just like I am, if you are not good at Space Station, you have no time to learn. But for those of us who are good at Space Station and enjoy all the combat and all the intricacies, there's not a better playground to exist in. I love RMC. Except for the part where I have to tell my own fucking fire team leader to stand the fuck still so I can suture his goddamn bite wound. You dense fuck. God. Stand the fuck still so I can goddamn heal you. A couple other things that RMC has. Surgery. Yeah, those alien embryos that get implanted in people can be removed by doctors on station. Or on ship, I guess. They're planning on adding more surgeries to potentially, like, suture wounds, internal bleeding, stuff like that. But as of right now, it's not currently implemented. And since our fire team leader has no fucking intentions of actually leading us, I'm just gonna follow Alpha Squad Leader because he seems to have a basic idea of what the hell is going on. And all of this has taken less than 5 minutes to go to hell. We are not having a good time. It's not going well for us as I pop some more flares to try and get some goddamn vision. Because remember, the darkness is your enemy. It's always your enemy. It's not looking good for us. Again, yeah. we're running low on supplies, but thankfully, just when we get low on supplies and are getting pushed back, yep, we get some supplies. Good old requisitions, which is also player staffed, sends us down some steel and ammo. Thank fuck we can keep shooting now. Holy crap. We might actually win this. Anyway, priority number 1 is to... Okay, well, there goes that medic, I guess. Priority number 1 is to cover our contacts as they build more barricades. Because again, if you do not help with the goddamn Cade's setting up, everyone gets kidnapped. All it takes is one group of Xenos to walk in and completely obliterate all of you with their dive attacks. And there's a Hive Lord. You know those building guys I was talking about? They are a priority target. Because if they get more barricades and walls down, that's more crap you gotta deal with and more places they can strike from that you can't see. And that's really not good. Again, though, we got our contacts up, we got it going up, we're fine. We should be able to hold here even though they took just a little bit of ground, and close air support is finally online. Good lord. And there it comes. That firepower right there, that's close air support, the AC-130 above. Well, it's either Alamo or Normandy. One of 2 dropships that are firing on the aliens from above. They can't see planetside, but with our targeting systems, we can show them where to hit. And that was some good shooting right there. Hell yes. Gotta use my scope and keep shooting them. Ow, fucking acid. God. That right there is a Praetor. They are a pretty basic combat alien that just runs around shooting crap at us and being annoying. They're not too much of a threat to us, but eventually that acid damage will build up and result in our untimely demise. As such, it's our medics' jobs to keep us moving fast and moving swift. Because again, speed is key when you're trying not to die. After some more generalist fighting with no real sides winning in any way, except that's not true, is it? Here's the thing. The Xenos kind of have infinite supplies and regenerate them just by existing. That's why the Xenos, when the, stuff first begins, the war first starts, need to be really passive and really careful. They need to wear the Marines out while slowly accumulating more, parasites and prisoners and all that crap. And that's exactly what's happened here. We're given the order to retreat to cargo to try and hopefully seal off this bleeding and get some more supplies from requisitions. Because, again, we're limited on supplies. The Xenos are not. And I'll be honest, I don't know where fucking cargo is. I have no goddamn clue. But we are in the hospital, I think. Yeah, no, this is the hospital. Which is a nice open area that should let us get some good Cades down and a lot of space to maneuver around. And, hey, a crowbar. Uh-huh. And now let's see. Will these people die for no reason? Hey, you remember that boiler I mentioned earlier that throws like a massive blob of gas? Yeah, there it is. And let me tell you, that shit fucking hurts. And there's also a couple Marines coming, or Xenos coming through. Yeah, we're running out of Cades and running out of patience. That guy that got hit by the glob directly, he's so fucking dead and got carried off immediately, it's not even funny. He is so unbelievably screwed. His ass is not alive. As the Xenos make one grand push and we have no barricades to stop them, so we're forced back further. Again, we are very, very, very much running low on supplies, and all we really got is basic bullets, which most of the tankier xenomorphs, like that defender up there that I'm shooting at, can just shrug off like they're nothing. Yeah, it's really going badly. Every single person that didn't make it by the Cades just then is now gone. They're dead and gone, and they're not coming back. As the Hive Lords construct more and more barricades of their own, pushing us back even further. As an RPG guy, announces he's on his last rocket. We're losing this fight, and we're losing it badly. Luckily, though, we have some ammo still. Yoink. Time to keep shooting. But, again, we are down a squad leader. We're pretty sure Charlie lost their squad leader, too. And I have no idea what the hell Bravo's been doing, because this fob honestly fucking sucks. Like, this fob sucks. It's not good. And I'm just wondering, where the fuck are the borders? Where the fuck is the CAS? That shit is not working. And given the situation, the command staff, the executive officer, is authorizing a general evacuation. This is essentially announcing that the Marines have lost the planet. And as such, it really just matters how long we can hold out until the ships arrive to bring us back up. And CAS is finally operational again. Jesus Christ, I'm not sure what took them so long, but honestly, that might have been what lost us the battle, as I get friendly fired by some fucking guy who doesn't think about anything he does, because he's a moron. And the guy that was targeting it, I guess, just gives up and tosses me the laser designator. Which, you know what? Fair enough. Let's take it. I'll take the laser designator. Why not? Let's get moving. Step 1 is to toggle the optics. And step 2 is to click and hold to point a laser at what I want evaporated. Because again, this is a targeting system. Anyway, CAS successfully fires properly and wipes out a crap ton of weeds. And I think I actually got a couple Xenos. Problem is, it really doesn't matter what we do. We're getting pushed back way too hard. And with the last final hold, as the Xenos build walls and close in on us, with overwhelming numbers and overwhelming firepower, we finally get the goddamn ship fueled. Just in the goddamn nick of time. As the Delta squad leader, who got assigned to be squad leader, tells us to go, get the fuck on. I decide to try and consider calling her Squito and my original squad leader a couple times, but then I see that guy get taken, and you know, I'm just gonna get on the ship without thinking about it too hard. And I get on, I hide behind one of these dispensers because fuck if I care if they get spilled. And finally, we start to take off. The sequence has already started. It takes a bit to actually go, though, as we just keep firing at the Xenos. They bite at the barricades, but just in the nick of time before they break, seriously, literally in the nick of time, a crusher makes it on almost. We finally managed to take off with only a lurker managing to get on. And something at the bottom of the ship, which I'm a little too busy healing my fellow combat medic to figure out what the hell it is. Oh, and if you think the round's over, no. The round is not even close to over. This is halftime. Let's call it halftime. Yeah.
Unscheduled dropship departure detected from operational area. Hijack likely. Shutting down autopilot.
Welcome to the end game. Essentially, there are 4 fuel pumps that fuel 2 life pods required to evacuate personnel. It is our job to defend them and then make it to the lifeboats without succumbing to the Xeno hordes. Whereas before, the Xenos had to be very careful, play passive, and slowly build up, the Xenos now vastly outnumber and outgun us. We're no longer going to their areas and trying to push them into their nest. They're pushing into ours to try and prevent us from escaping. And it's just as intense as the music suggests. At this point, any command structure has completely and utterly fallen apart, so I decide to defend the northeast pump with a couple other people. And a boiler tries to spit into our room, and I'm like, do not open that. That's a bad idea. Don't open that. And what is the first fucking thing the pilot does? He fucking Like, I don't know why. I just find that really funny how I'm like, dude, do not open that. Please, God, don't open that. And the first thing he does, yeah, let me open that. Just brilliant. Now, this is a guess, because I really don't know how it works. I'm assuming the way it works is that each of the 4 pumps and the auxiliary systems make it so that the evacuation proceeds faster. The Xenos want to obviously knock that out to prevent the lifeboats from launching properly or launching at all. Because if they manage to get to the lifeboats, everyone's screwed, and the only way out is evacuation pods, which really aren't a saving grace either, since that kind of takes you to the planet that the hive is on. Yeah. Essentially, we're screwed. Unless the Queen, which is the boss of the Xenos, somehow fucks up and dies, I don't think there's really any hope for us. Now, at this point, I'm still a little apprehensive, you know? I still think this is actually possible to defeat. You know, or possible to win, possible to get out. We're holding them off pretty well now that they're closer to the pumps. And really, we have a lot of specialist personnel still available. Like, both me and the other Delta combat medic are alive. We have a couple smart gunner operatives still operational. Some heavy weapon specialists. A lot of combat medics, medical personnel. I think this is legitimately possible to defend at this point. I'm not giving up. But, as all things, this can go hairy quick. Like, we're slowly getting pushed back. And you would think, oh, we're on our own ship. This is the ideal combat spot because it's full of choke points. It's difficult for the Xenos to navigate correctly. Wrong. See, when you're planet side, you have access to CAS, mortar fire, and even an orbital strike from the ship itself. Once you're up here, though, you lose access to all of that. No mortars, explosives are riskier, no CAS. Yeah. It becomes a much bigger issue. But we're still holding. We're somehow, by some freaking miracle, still holding. But we're starting to lose a few too many people. If you're noticing that our group has thinned out a bit, that's not an accident. People keep getting picked off and doing stupid shit that results in their death. And the Xenos are busting up the APCs, rendering the doors pretty much useless. That, and they're right at the pump. If the Xenos manage to breach in here, we're screwed, because this is a wide open area, and those 2 sentries that you see there really do not do much against the fully evolved, mature combat classes of the Xenos. Like, they're not much help. They can repel, like, a lone Xeno, or even an armored one, but those big ones, like that Crusher that just fucked up a bunch of dudes, not gonna help. Still, though, I'm trying to maintain as cool as I can. Try to stay back as far as I can to keep as many people up and fighting as possible. Because, again, speed is key when you're fighting the Xenos. If you can't run from them, you can't survive them. And I still have an entire bottle of the General Cure, which is a thing that Medical brewed up for me a while back. Yeah, the cure's pretty much whatever as long as I inject it, so I'm still hopeful. But then this Crusher makes his way in, and we're getting pushed from literally all angles. The right side's fucked, the bottom's fucked. I gotta keep shooting. That's all there is to it. But hey, on the right side, at least we have the command staff with us, as one of our Marines gets taken down there by a glob of acid, and our smart gunner operative gets taken down by the glob of gas. He's still alive though, he gets out. And then gets parasited. Or something. I actually didn't read that, I don't know what the hell that was. But still, he's alive. That means I can keep him fighting for just a little longer. Maybe just enough to get us out of this mess. Maybe? Hopefully. Another fall down there. Bottom right, see that guy? He got double teamed by 2 Crushers. Shame. He was shooting pretty well too. Xenos are really confident now. You can see them just marching up to the barricades, and yeah. You might think that's like, you know, oh, the Xenos are all powerful, but if a Xeno does something stupid like that and pushes without a plan, they'll get kicked in the teeth by us as well. Unfortunately, one of the Xenos found the rightmost flank route that was unbarricaded, and the gas is really starting to push us back. Those boilers are seriously problematic. They take a while to set up and fire their giant glob of gas, but when they fire that glob of gas, if you're in it, you're not surviving. That shit will take you from 100 health to 0 health in 2 damn seconds. It's ridiculous. You know what? By this point, I'm not hopeful anymore. I know we're screwed. There's no hope. None at all. But if we could defend for just a little while longer, we can hopefully get out some of the medical staff, the civilians, possibly. And that's the Queen. Yeah, if you wonder where the Queen is, that's what the Scream looks like, which is a solid stun that had the potential to take out all of us. If the Queen coordinated that with a boiler, that would have been us all dead. And frankly, it would have been a play of the game, Overwatch style. Still, we're fighting. And that guy on the right, I guarantee you he's going to die in 2 seconds. As our main group gets gassed, and I get friendly fired directly in the face by some guy who really isn't paying attention. Actually, I think his vision was fucked. Maybe that's not on him. Oh well. And that is the story of how P-Changer died at war. And that's what RMC is like. It's a story of hope, a story of war, a story of pain, and a story of boilers fucking gassing everyone. Jesus Christ, that combat technician is so dead. Luckily for us, though, our struggle was not in vain. A bunch of people who gathered on the evac shuttle, they managed to make it out. Successfully, actually. Yeah. And the Xenos, they try to approach, they try to break through the barricades, Queen included, but it's too late for you, you dumbass aliens. They're already getting way away. You try to take solace in the minor victories when you're a Marine. Including the minor victory of my channel members, Sathier Lapin, Admiral Obvious, and Loltart. Thank you very much for supporting videos like these, and videos that are also terrible and good. Sometimes, I don't know. You too can check out my channel members, and, you know, if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, like, comment, subscribe, all that crap, and I'll probably be making more RMC videos and eventually a formal station, or Spork review, once it comes time. But once I get to that, I'd like to at least have some understanding of what the hell is going on. To conclude, this is a Xeno major, and the Marines got absolutely murdered. Bye now.